What's up, you guys? So today I'm going to be going through all of my TBRs that I had throughout the year, and I'm going to kind of say whether or not I read that book and did I actually read it in the month that I said I was going to read it. And for a lot of these, the answer is going to be no. Now, because I did just start this channel this year, I don't have a TBR for every month, so I only have 5 TBRs because I did take a little bit of a hiatus during the school semester. So let's just kick it off with the month of May, which was the first month that I did a TBR. So in May, I was a bit on the ambitious side. My plan was to read Shadow Kiss, Blood Promise, Spirit Bound, Last Sacrifice, and to start Bloodlines. That's a lot. I did not accomplish that at all. I read Shadow Kiss, I read Blood Promise, and then I kind of stopped there that month. I also had plans to read Isla and the Happily Ever After and Turtles All the Way Down, History Is All You Left Me as some contemporaries, and I read none of those that month. It's fine. It's hard to stick to a TBR. Another book that was on that TBR though was Gemina, and I read that on audiobook that month and it was fantastic. I highly recommend the audiobooks for that series as well as the physical books, honestly. That series is just fantastic all in all, so definitely check it out if you haven't. So the next month that I did a TBR was June, and so because I didn't get all the way through the Vampire Academy series like I planned to in May, naturally that fell on my June TBR as well. So I stopped kind of halfway in Spirit Bound, didn't quite finish it, which is fine. Instead I picked up Bloodlines, which was also on my TBR, so I did get to that. I also wanted to reread The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, and Mockingjay that month, which I didn't do, which I'm honestly fine with because let's be real, The Hunger Games is okay. It's not like the best thing ever, but it's not like terrible. It's a book series. I don't have like the most love for it, but I don't have like hate for it. I just wanted to reread it for The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, another book that was on my TBR that month that I didn't get to and still haven't gotten to and would really like to get to. I'm very curious to know how I'm gonna feel about it when I read it, but gonna have to read it to figure that out. I also wanted to reread Obsidio on audiobook, which I did. Again, great series on audiobook. And then I also wanted to start the Throne of Glass series this month, which I did not do that month because I did not get nearly as much reading done as I had planned, which is a theme for this whole series. So the next month was July, so as far as the Bloodline series was concerned, I was up to The Fiery Heart at that point. For July, my goal was to read The Fiery Heart, Silver Shadows, and The Ruby Circle, which were the last 3 books in the Bloodline series. I hadn't yet read the last book in that series, so all of those books that I read were actually rereads for me, but I did wind up finishing that series that month, which was super exciting for me. Once I finished that, I wanted to read the Scythe trilogy, which I did. So that is Scythe, Thunderhead, The Toll. I have book talks up for all of those, so if you want to know more about my thoughts on those books, but they were such fun reads. I really loved them, highly recommend them. Like, they were so great, so original, so unique. The characters, so fantastic. I loved so many things about that series, and it really did just shock me so many times. And then again, I wanted to start Throne of Glass, which again, I didn't do because I kept saying I wanted to start Throne of Glass, and then I never fucking did. It's fine. And then I also wanted to read Yes Please, which I did. So after that, August rolls around, and we all know what happened in August. Do I need to say it? Must I? Midnight Sun. So that was number 1 thing on my TBR. Midnight Sun, Twilight, which I wound up reading both. Got videos up where I am rereading both of those. I highly recommend checking them out. I could not have had more fun. Like, honestly, Midnight Sun was the funnest part of my year. Like, 2020 was terrible, with the exception of August. I also turned 21 in August, so you know, it was fun. It was a fun month overall. That month I also wanted to start An Absolutely Remarkable Thing, which I did not do that month. And then I also wanted to read Throne of Glass. Again, another month where I wanted to start Throne of Glass, and I didn't. If you're starting to see a pattern here, you're right. It exists. It's bad. I really need to work on this. This is gonna be a goal for next year. I thought that I had History Is All You Left Me on like every TBR. No, I had Throne of Glass on every TBR. So the last TBR that I did was the TBR that was actually for this month. And so far I have read a good bit of the books on that TBR, but I have not quite read all of them yet. So this month I wanted to read An Absolutely Remarkable Thing. which I did. I wanted to read An Ember in the Ashes, which I have. A Torch Against the Night, which I have. I've got book talked about before, An Ember in the Ashes and Torch Against the Night right now. I'm working on a Reaper at the Gates at the moment, so do be expecting that in the near future. I also wanted to read History Is All You Left Me, which I did, so yay. And I wanted to read Turtles All the Way Down, which I did, so again, yay. I also would like to still read The Lost Causes of Blake Creek, A Reaper at the Gate, A Sky Against the Storm, and Uglies. So hopefully I should be able to get to all of these books by the end of the month, which so far, based off of how I'm doing so far with this month, I think I should, because this month has been just a great reading month for me, all in all. Like, the books necessarily haven't been, like, standouts. Like, they've been all good books, but I mean, so far it's just been a really good reading month for me. I've been really vibing with what I've been reading this month. So out of all of these TBRs, I in total had planned 9 plus 13 plus 8 plus 5 plus 10. So that's how many books I had planned in total for. But all in all, in May, out of the 9 books that I had on my TBR, I read 3. Wow, that's so sad. Wow, that's a terrible percentage. In June, I read 5 out of 13. Again, not fantastic. In July, I read 7 out of 8, so July was a pretty good month for me, all in all. August, I read 2 out of 5. Real not great there. And so far in December, I have read 5 out of 10, but I am on track to read all 10 out of 10, so woot woot, party in the USA. That is kind of a summary of my TBRs this year and how I've done with them. I had a lot of fun doing this video and kind of recapping my year as far as my goals were concerned, so I can see how well and how not well I actually met the goals that I set for myself, so that I can hopefully set some more realistic ones next year. I do want to try to read a bunch next year. I want to read more than I have this year, which is my plan pretty much every year. And does it always work out? I don't know. I haven't really kept track until now. So we're gonna see what happens next year. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, comment. Comment down below what some of the books that you wanted to read all year but you didn't get to were. I will see you in my next video. Bye!